Hello, welcome to the Go Grab That Day podcast. Hope everybody's doing good. Just finished watching the fights. I'm slightly frustrated, but we'll get to that. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope you're all enjoying the content's been going out lately. Plenty more stuff coming and plenty more cool guests on the way. So keep liking, sharing, subscribing, all that kind of stuff. I'll say it again that I'm really enjoying doing it. So please keep spreading the word, getting our name out there. I'd appreciate it. Also check out our two affiliates, Mystique Jerseys. Go check them out on the Go Grab That Day Instagram. It's a link in the bio. Some very cool stuff, some really nice jerseys and stuff like that for gifts or for yourself, for your mother, father, grandmother, whoever. Go check them out, very good, and use the promo code Go Grab That Day, all caps, for a percentage off. And also check out PPT Fitness and Nutrition. We have linked one of their programs in the bio, the Instagram bio, but there's heaps of other programs. They're always running challenges and stuff like that every few months. I will link the new challenges coming up. They haven't announced it just yet. They're just finished with one now, but when they announce the new one, I will link it on the bio as well. But do check them out. They're really good for any fitness or nutrition goals you may have. And check out Peter O'Halloran on Facebook and Instagram. He's the leading man of that company. Really good, really interesting guy. Some fun stuff up on his pages. But yeah, check them out as well. And let's get into some fights. So today we had UFC Fight Night Vegas 21. Edwards versus Muhammad, but Vegas 21, whatever the hell you want to call it. So I'm going to skim through this. This will probably be a short podcast today, but of course there's a little bit of controversy, as I'm sure some people know about the fights. But starting from the early prelims, or the prelims, sorry, we had Matthew Semmelsberger versus Jason Witt. Semmelsberger got this one done early. 16 seconds into round number 1, he puts Jason Witt to sleep with it was like a stiff straight. Just knocked him out. It was hard to watch to see Jason Witt's head hit the canvas, but yeah, it was pretty quick. It felt like it was only 5 or 6 seconds into the fight, but 16 was the official time. But yeah, great great win there. One in and done, out of there. Very quickly, I'll announce the awards of the night as well, just because I forget to do it later. So performance of the night, Matthew Semmelsberger got that. Performance of the night, Ryan Spann. Performance of the night, Davy Grant. Performance of the night, Dan Ige. That's all I can see here. It's literally not finished that long ago, so I don't know if there's going to be, that seems to be all I can see for now, but they're the awards. And yeah, so Matthew Semmelsberger gets it done quick in his fight. And then Jin Yu Fry wins a decision over Gloria DePaula. JJ Aldrich defeats Courtney Casey via decision. Then we had Nasrat Haqparast versus Rafa Garcia. This was a fun fight. Haqparast, I believe, I'm not wrong, was a Contender Series guy I had spoke about previously, I think. Again, this is a good fight, back and forth. Garcia took the fight on short notice, and he put it up to Haqparast. He was putting some nice pressure on him, but it was the right decision. Then Haqparast took it. But again, that was a fun fight, and Haqparast is one to look out for in the light division, as is Garcia. As if we need more fucking people in the lightweight division. But then the bantamweight fight, Hannah Yahya versus Ray Rodriguez. Yahya winning by decision in round number 2. He broke some form of a record tonight, I believe, the most wins in the bantamweight division, WEC and UFC combined, something like that. He broke some form of a record tonight anyway, which is good. A submission specialist, a grappling specialist. But then we had Charles Jordan versus Marcelo Rojo. This was a fun fight, super fun fight. Just back and forth early on in the fight, and then I did notice towards the end of the second round, Rojo had slowed down slightly. He was putting heavy pressure, and he was like in the fight right up to that moment. He just seemed to slow down slightly. I don't know, was it the body shots or was it just the pace or what, but yeah, just slight, like a slight slowdown. His punches didn't seem to have as much pop. He wasn't connecting as easy. And then as Charles Jourdain went into his corner in between rounds, say coming out for the third round, he said to his cornerman, he said, I'm going to finish him. He said, I'm going to finish him, he's done. And then he said something about, I'm coming for the belt, something like that. But basically he said, I'm going to finish him, he's done, I'm going to finish him. And I tweeted that with the Go Grab That Day page. I wanted to get in there nice and early. But yeah, no, he did definitely say that. And he came out and he stuck to his word. He did finish him. He beat the hell out of him in the third round. It's just, Rojo's a tough guy. He took it and he was swinging back. But just in the end, just got finished. That's all it was. But Jourdain was relentless when he noticed that he had slowed down a little bit. He was relentless in that third round. But a fun fight, such a fun fight over and back. Kind of started off with like Rojo's boxing versus Jourdain's kind of kicks. That's the way the fight kind of played out early on, and it was fun to watch. But both guys in the featherweight division, they're boys to keep an eye out for. I really like Rojo's boxing, and I liked his pressure, and he showed great heart. He was tough, so definitely somebody to keep an eye out for. And as same with Jourdain, only he's a little more exciting. But yeah, no, fun fight, and thoroughly enjoyed it. It was cool that he called it in between rounds. I'm going to finish him, and he came out and he did just that. Moving on to the feature fight of the prelims, Angela Overkill Hill versus Ashley the Spider Monkey Yoder. This was a pretty one-sided fight, which I don't want to say I expected it to be, but I kind of thought so in terms of... I don't want to say that, like, Ashley Yoder is a good fighter, but her striking is not too much to brag about. I've noticed in a lot of her fights, she's a good grappler, good wrestler, but she kind of bum rushes people. Neglects her striking technique a little bit. And I had a feeling like Angela Hill, because Angela Hill is obviously... comes from a Thai boxing background, and she has very good cardio and she's super active. I had a feeling that she was going to possibly send a message through this fight, and she did do that. Obviously finished in decision. The only thing is, Angela Hill probably could have got the finish at some point in that fight. She was hurting Yoder with some body shots, hit her real heavy. It was kind of a straight right to the body, and you could see Yoder, she had a good poker face, to be fair, but you just tell by her body language that it hurt her. The only time Ashley Yoder kind of showed a little bit of fight back was Angela Hill had her up against the cage at one point, and she was just repeatedly throwing knees, and Yoder timed it perfectly to sink in a takedown. Just didn't do a whole lot with it, unfortunately, but no, Angela Hill looked really good, and she's somewhat kind of sending a message to that division with, that she's not the kind of stepping stone that she once was. I think she's improving her game big time. Her cardio is very good. Her striking has always been good. And I think, yeah, she's going to cause a problem for a lot of people. She has been on the wrong side of some decisions in the last while. Not necessarily robberies, but just, fights that could have gone her way. Had it been, I don't know, had she been lucky, I suppose. But great performance tonight. Yeah, she looked really good. It'll be interesting to see who she gets next. And then we break into the main card. Yeah, so let me drink some water before I get on a rant. So opening up the main card, we had Eric Anders and Darren Stewart. I don't know what it is lately. The fights I'm mostly excited for and mostly pumped for seem to just be giving me a big fuck you when the actual fights happen. A bit like, was it last week with the Thiago Santos fight and Rakic? I thought that was going to be a barn burner, and it wasn't. Same with tonight, I thought Eric Anders and Darren Stewart was going to be, well, to be fair, it was a very good fight. It was an exciting fight. But, yeah, Eric Anders was back and forth kind of early in the fight, and then Eric Anders started to land some heavy shots, started to really hurt Darren Stewart. Was looking close to having it finished a couple of times, and then at one point Darren Stewart dropped to his knees kind of, and Eric Anders was standing over him, All he had to do was rain down punches. That's all he had to do, and he decided to throw a fucking illegal knee. Don't know why. To be fair, it wasn't nearly as bad as like last week, but he still threw the fucking thing. I don't know why. Why, Eric Anders? Why? But anyway, he threw it, and the fight went to a no contest. Which is a shame because he was going to finish that fight. He just had to rain down punches, but he looked. Look, if these things happen, I'm not going to say like it was not deliberate. It was just another one of these things, whether it was a brain fart or what. But he pretty much just threw away his own win, with a silly mistake. I don't know what's going on. Is it a case of the rules are confusing people, or is it just the heat of the moment? I don't know. I'd imagine, when you are in it and you kind of don't know whether the guy is standing or he's... I don't know, but it's very frustrating. It's just a shame, really, for Eric Anders, because I like the guy. He's a very fun guy to watch. He's usually in entertaining fights, as is Darren Stewart. But, yeah, it's a shame. Anyway, it went down as a no contest. There was respect between the two of them afterwards, but I think it's fair to say like that should be a win for Eric Anders if he just didn't throw that knee. Hey. But I'm sure they'll run it back again. Eric Anders looked fucking big going into this fight. He looked huge. He normally looks huge, but he looked even bigger this time. I mean, he looked like a light heavyweight, which he does tend to float up to sometimes. But yeah, listen, hopefully they run it back, because it was a fun fight, to be fair, and it has fun fight written all over it again. Let's just do it legally. But yeah. Then Matthias Nicolau beating Manel Cape, however you pronounce his name, and Jonathan Martinez versus Davy Grant. Davy Grant winning that. Oh yeah, Davy Grant. That was a fun fight, actually. I'm a kind of a Davy Grant fan. I was ever since he was on The Ultimate Fighter. Rousey versus Tate, I believe. The brain is working a little bit today. But yeah, he's a fun character, Davy Grant, and he's had some injury issues. He spent a bit of time out. I couldn't tell exactly how long, but he did spend a bit of time out. And this was a fun fight. The only thing I'd say is Davy Grant, his grappling is quite good. His fucking striking is so risky. He's such a risky striker, but it's so weird to see. I say that but I think he's on a 3-fight win streak, and he's had 2 knockouts, including tonight. But he swings from his hips, chin in the air, and I think that's what kind of puts guys off, is that he is such a weird swinger, and he kind of swings as he's switching stances. It's mad to watch, but listen, it works for him. And again, I like Davy Grant. I'm glad he won. I was rooting for him. Just, against a better boxer that can throw some good straight hands. Risky. But no, credit to Davy Grant. He's a fun guy. He kind of, even in the post-fight interview there, you see how excited he is to get a win. He's just a real kind of fun character. He's a very likeable character, and I am glad he got the win, and look forward to seeing him fighting again. And hopefully, he can stay injury-free and stuff like that. But just, what a knockout. Let's be honest, it's still a great knockout. I tell you what, I think it was a left hand he dropped Jonathan Martinez. I think it was a left hand he dropped him with. And Martinez kind of, he completely collapsed to the ground, and he just lay there, and David Grant jumped to land another right hand, and I think he just grazed him. But fuck if he had landed that, because he was out anyway. But I think from what I remember, he just kind of missed that, because Martinez was just lying there. So had David Grant landed that second finishing shot, fuck, concussion ×2. But I'm really happy for David Grant. I'm glad he won, and definitely looking forward to seeing him fighting again. I just hope, for his sake, he tidies up his striking a little bit. But again, while I say that, he's won his fights via knockout the last 2, so maybe I should shut the fuck up. So I'm going to do that. Moving on. But delighted for David Grant, and I believe he got a Performance of the Night award as well, which is good. He's a guy who deserves that. He's, like I said, a very fun character. Speaking of Performances of the Night, fucking hell, Dan 50k Ige, or Dan Danger Ige, or whatever his nickname is, or dynamite Ige. I think 50k suits him a little better considering he won 50k tonight. God, 22 seconds into round 1, he puts Gavin Tucker to sleep with a beautiful knockout. Just a heavy right hand down the pipe. Take that with you, see you later. I'm out of here. He was in a rush. He had no time to wait around. I believe his wife or girlfriend is due a baby any moment, so he fought like that because he did not wait around. And Gavin Tucker is a tough fighter, it's a tough fight for anyone, and he just perfect straight hand down the pipe. Good night, see you later. Brilliant win for him. He's another really exciting fighter as well. And I just double checked the awards. So Davy Grant, Danny Ige, both got awards, which is good. 50k extra in their pocket. But wow, there's not much to talk about in that fight, but except great finish by Danny Ige. Good boxer, it's good. Yeah, he some interesting fights for him coming up in that division too. And then we're moving on to Misha Serkinov versus Ryan Spann. Ryan Spann won via KO or TKO round 1, which is a great finish as well. Very emotional after he won, actually. Tough opponent in Serkinov, but light heavyweight division, Ryan Spann slowly kind of turning heads, I believe. That division kind of needs some more exciting blood, I believe. Some more new challenges coming up. And he called out the winner of God, my brain will not work.
One eternity later.
Called out the winner of this fight. And that will be fun to see him take on the winner there, because I'd like to see him get a big... But Serkinov is a big name, don't get me wrong, but I'd like to see him get a bigger name. It would be fun. Moving on. The main event. And again, I was so disappointed. I cannot tell you how disappointed I was this main event. How long have we been waiting for Leon Edwards to get a fight? And Bilal Muhammad steps up, and he's been looking exciting lately, so we're waiting for what's going to be a good barn burner of a fight, or to get some more clarity on Leon Edwards and the welterweight division. And a fucking eye poke ends the fight. Leon Edwards seems to be cursed. Leon Edwards seems to have the same curse hanging over him that was hanging over fucking Khabib and Ferguson. I don't get it. Oh my God. There's something wrong with the welterweight division. I don't know. But it's so frustrating. Anyway. Bilal Muhammad versus Leon Edwards. It was a fun fight while it lasted. It was fun. Like we got one, we got one round out of it. And then heading into the second round, Edwards pushes out his hand like they always do when throwing a kick. Catches Muhammad in the eye. Pretty bad, to be fair. Like, listen, I gave out and I complained. It's not that Bilal Muhammad was not hurt. It was a bad eye poke, and you could hear the anger in him, because he didn't want the fight to finish that way, and he was crying, upset, basically saying no, he didn't want it to finish that way. And he knew as soon as he got poked, I think he knew that he couldn't fight on, because he couldn't see. And to be fair, when the camera showed him, there was that blood coming from the eye, so it was bad. Accident on Leon Edwards' part, and legitimate pain in Bilal Muhammad's part. So what can you do but end it that way? Not much more I can say. Only I really hope they run that back. Because God, Leon Edwards needs a break somewhere. I feel so bad for the guy. I was not necessarily a Leon Edwards fan at all until he's had this run of where nobody will fight him or he can't get a fight. Now I want to hand him the title. So here you go. But yeah, and supposedly out of this fight was supposed to be a title contender. A title shot. The winner of this fight was supposedly to get a title shot. So again, how frustrating is that for them guys? Yeah, not much more to say on that, other than I'm pissed off and I'm fucking sick of these fights ending this way. But anyway, it's a shame. Like I said, a shame for those two guys, and it's a shame for Eric Anders. Eric Anders, a little stupid, let's be honest, but it was a shame nonetheless. But looking forward to next week. Next week is a great card. Please, everyone, follow the fucking rules. So very quickly going to run through it. We have... I think it's Trevor Giles, Roman Dalitza, Grant Dawson, Macy Chasson, main card. Sorry, I'm just going to skip through the... Yeah, we have Max Griffin, Kenan Song, Adrian Yanez, Gustavo Lopez, Tai Tuivasa, Dante Mize, which is, yes, great to see Tai Tuivasa back. What a fun character. Fucking fight of the night for me. The one I cannot wait to see is Gregor Gillespie versus Brad Riddell. That's a big test for Brad Riddell. Tough test, in my opinion. He's seemed to keep giving Riddell wrestlers, and Gillespie is a motherfucker of a wrestler. It's a really big test. Big test for Gillespie too, after I believe his last fight he was knocked out by Kevin Lee, if I'm not wrong. I don't think he's fought since that fight. I could be wrong, but apologies if I am. But that's a cracker of a fight. I cannot wait to see that. Again, big test for both guys, and a big I don't want to say statement, but somewhat of a statement coming out of that fight in the lightweight division, because both of those guys, in my opinion, are, if you want to say, kind of not underdogs, but kind of dark horses in that division. And it's a stacked division, but both of those are tough fights for anybody. And super excited to see the winner. That's that one. I'm pulling for Brad Riddell. Obviously, I've spoken enough about that guy. But then going into the main event, you've got Kevin Holland versus Derek Brunson. Fun fight too. A little bit of bad blood there somewhat. Well, I don't know if it's bad blood or it's just Kevin Holland running his mouth like he likes to do. But that makes for a fun fight too. I reckon Kevin Holland would probably take that one, but I don't know for sure. Brunson has looked good lately as well. That's a good fight card. I fucking wish it was today, because I'm so annoyed after that one we've watched today. But look, these things happen. It's a shame. So what more can I say? That's all there is to talk about really at the fight card. Just fuck. I don't know what the UFC is going to do in terms of these illegal knees and stuff like that. I see a lot of people talking about the pride rules. I don't know, maybe the soccer kicks on the ground, we can't have them, but maybe knees on the ground is not such a bad idea, It's kind of true. Like a mate of mine said to me, if the person who is in the position to throw the knee is in a how do I say, is in a controlling position, then they should have the right to throw the knee, which does make sense, to be fair. It's up to the person on the ground or in the bad position to get out of that bad position. It can't always be depending on the ref. I do agree with that, but whether the UFC will look at that, I don't know. But maybe it's time to bring in, they're not going to do it, but knees on the ground is not the worst idea. It's not that vicious, compared to fucking, how much worse is a knee, jumping knee to the chin, that's going to be a lot more damaging, But whether they'll do that, I don't know. And the other thing is, they really need to change their gloves. For people that don't know, obviously the UFC gloves, they give you that ability to be able to open out your hands like that. And Trevor Whitman, I think I spoke about this before, he has designed a pair of gloves. They're kind of like the old Pride gloves, but he showed it on the Joe Rogan podcast, and these gloves force your fingers closed. So even if you poke, unless you're like that, trying to fucking claw at the guy, these gloves force your fingers closed. And they're the same kind of padding, the same everything. They just kind of have a different way of forcing your fingers closed, so you can't reach out the way guys are reaching out. Because guys are not going to stop, and it is, in fairness, when you're fighting, it is the thing you would do, or with your guard, your hands are going to come out, your fingers are going to come out. So the design of the glove has to change. So why, the UFC don't, jump in with Trevor Whitman and get him to design the gloves, or buy his design, or whatever it is. It saves a lot of this shit, and look, more importantly, it saves guys' eyes, because what's going to happen is, let's hope Bilal Muhammad is okay, but what is going to happen is someone is going to get really badly hurt in a fight, and you're going to hear we're already kind of hearing some of these stories, but it's, yeah, like, you don't want to hear it. And I really hope they change that. The illegal knee thing, that's a matter of rules and stuff like that. But with the eye pokes, they got to change the gloves, got to change the design. And I mean, Trevor Whitman, who better than to do it with? He's within the sport. He's a great coach. Fucking pay the man. Take the gloves off him, you know. But yeah, again, looks super frustrating card. What can you do, guys? Hopefully you enjoyed my bit of a breakdown and my mental breakdown about the card at the same time. But yeah, tune in for more stuff during the week, guys. I appreciate all the support, appreciate all the comments over and back. Those of you that have been writing comments and things like that, please keep it up. That's what it's all about. I want some feedback as much as possible. And I've said this before, but I really mean it. If any of you guys have any ideas, anyone wants to hit me up for an idea, wants to jump on board with something, by all means, it's what this platform is about, and I only intend to make it grow bigger and bigger, as big as it's willing to allow me to make it. So if anybody out there, if you have any ideas, something you're thinking about, and maybe you're thinking I'm a good fit or our platform is a good fit, by all means hit me up. I'm open to any ideas. You know, this, I've said it a million times, we talk a lot about MMA, and that is what the main thing we talk about is. It's only because I enjoy it. It's not because it's an MMA page. This page is open to anything, provided I allow it. You know what I mean? It's I'm interested in a million and one things, and like I said, with guests and stuff like that, they're not always going to be MMA guys. There's going to be a lot of different people. It's just a matter of me getting them on. I am trying, and I will be getting different characters, different topics, different content. So any ideas, hit me the fuck up. More importantly, keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing. Keep brushing your teeth, it's very important. Yeah, I hope you're all doing well. Take care, guys. Check out our affiliates, like I said earlier, and please like and share the video. And yeah, love you guys. Take care. Go grab that day. Jimmy Crute. Fuck.